What's going on, everybody? It's GameUnboxingReviews here, and welcome back to another LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2 news update. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about a brand new section of Chronopolis, as well as new details on Groot, the character selection screen, and even the character creator. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so before we get into anything, I just need to explain something very important. So in my last video, I talked about how we would be able to visit Atlantis in the Chronopolis hub world. However, sadly the article that I found that information from was in fact incorrect. Now while we still can swim underwater, it's not Atlantis that we can go to, it is in fact Lemuria, as confirmed by Traveller Tales head of design, Arthur Parsons. Now I'll explain more about Lemuria very shortly, but before that I'd just like to apologise to you all, because I really try my very best to make sure that everything said in these news updates is nothing but the truth, because I really do appreciate all the kind comments and support, and I honestly wouldn't be where I am now without all of you, so thank you very much. I'm just really grateful that Arthur Parsons came out and confirmed that it's not Atlantis, as I would have really hated for you guys to wait all the way up to November only to find out that the content you were looking forward to isn't even in the game. So again, I'm extremely sorry if I got anyone's hopes up, and I will do my very best to prevent something like this from ever happening again. So, let's actually talk about this very exciting part of Chronopolis. What is Lemuria? Well, in the comics, during the Great Cataclysm, the Celestials attempted to rid the Earth of the Deviants, a race of superhumans created by the Celestials' experiments on prehistoric humans. Now, the Celestials not only managed to sink and destroy Lemuria, but also completely alter the landscape of their world. However, eventually a group emerged from the water and arrived in the Pacific Ocean. They then founded the underwater ruins of the Deviant city known as Lemuria. Now what's pretty cool about the Lumerians is that they actually worship the elder god Set, who was one of the most powerful demons in existence, and in doing so they became a race of guild aquatic humanoids. So it's a pretty cool little backstory for this kind of place. Lemuria sounds like a really fascinating place to be able to explore, and I can't wait to see how it looks in game. From these comic pages and things like this, it looks awesome. Really can't wait to see how it's going to look in LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2. And one of the things I really want to see from the Chronopolis hub world is, depending on which section of Chronopolis you're in, you'll see different vehicles or different characters or something like that. So let's say, for example, in 2099 you see very colourful futuristic clothing, but if you go to Lemuria, you're actually going to see these guild aquatic humanoids. That would be pretty sweet if they actually do things like that. I'm very, very excited to see how far they're going to push the tech with LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. Next up, I have a little update on Groot, and I guess Rocket as well. Now, I've been getting some comments from people lately asking how Groot's transformation abilities work in game, because obviously we know he has the time tech where he can transform from one Groot to the other, but people have been asking, is there any limits to it? Can we only play as one of them for a certain amount of time? Well, according to Arthur Parsons, Groot can transform into Baby Groot or Baby Groot into Big Groot, depending on which one you're playing as at the time, at any time. So if you want to play as Baby Groot in free roam, you can do that. Big Groot, you can do that as well. It's completely up to you. And in case you were wondering, yes, Rocket can ride on Groot's shoulders, which is gonna be amazing. Next up, I have some details on the character selection screen. Now, before we get into any of that, I'd just like to give a huge shout out to Mike Zoom Mike on Twitter, as he's the one that actually let me know of this information. So thank you, Mike, I really do appreciate it. So, according to Eurogamer, in the character selection screen, we can now zoom in on the selected character and look at their 3D in-game model while reading about their backstory. If that's true, that's awesome, because I've always wanted something like that in the LEGO games. I think really the rosters are great, and you know, you can look at the characters and then choose and then you're done, but it'd be really great if it gives people a little bit more backstory on who these characters are. Maybe they don't know who they are and they can now learn about them, and that is very, very exciting. So I hope this is true, because I think it would be a great addition to the game, and it would be great for me too, because, you know, I love Marvel. I like to think that I know a fairly decent amount about it, but I don't know everything, and I want to learn more. I'd love to know more about Marvel from this game, and I'm sure it's going to do exactly that, and of course lots more. And last but most certainly not least, the final thing we need to talk about is, of course, the character creator. So I've been getting lots of comments from people asking about the character creator for this game, and I had no idea we were going to get news for it this soon. I mean, usually when it comes to the LEGO games, we don't hear about the character creator until very, very late, maybe just before launch, because it's not really something you would talk about when you could talk about the open world or the characters or something like that. So it's completely understandable. But Arthur Parsons has come out and actually announced something very, very cool, which I think you're all going to be extremely excited about. So the character creator now allows you to make your own minifigure, and once you've finished creating them, you can choose the powers that you want them to have regardless of what pieces they have attached to them. So yes, they've finally done it. We can actually make a character and then choose the powers and not have to have Quicksilver's hair or Spider-Man's head or anything like that. This is fantastic news because this is going to open up so many more possibilities. Character creation is going to be insane in this game if that's what they're doing. And who knows, there might be even more to the character creator. This is just one bit of news, but already I am hyped to use it. I really am. I mean, the ideas that come to mind with something like this is really cool. Like, let's say, for example, Peter Parker is in the game, but he can't actually web swing because he's Peter Parker. You could make him in the customizer and then give him Spider-Man powers, and there you go. You got Peter Parker with Spider-Man powers, and you could swing around Chronopolis. That would be incredible. If they go into that amount of detail where we can have lots of pieces and lots of powers, this will be a very, very cool addition to the game. I mean, I'm already blown away by the Chronopolis hub world, but to hear that they're doing this with the character creator just shows, to me at least, that they are going all out on this game, and I just can't wait to hear more. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Now, one little bit of added information that I have for you is that LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2 will actually be shown at the Disney D23 Expo on the 14th of July. Now, I have no word on if we're going to see gameplay, screenshots, or any news whatsoever, but hopefully we do, because it'd be great to hear more from the game around that time. Now, before that though, of course, I believe it's in 2 weeks now, we've got E3, and we're definitely going to hear some stuff about LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2 there. I'm not sure what, but I would imagine we're going to get some character reveals, and I'm sure they're going to be amazing. Alright guys, so I want to thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for lots more videos real soon, and as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.